welcome to Runs with Ringo. How's everybody doing out there? Hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday weekend. This is me and Ringo back at it again. Just got back from a really good run, fast run, man. This guy wore me out today. But I wanted to talk about a serious subject today. Pretty good one, I think, anyway. It's called fear. And fear, to me, is a lie. And I wanted to talk about fear because I think it's one of the greatest hindrances in our lives. And I heard, or I've read, and I've heard a couple speakers talk about fear. And one description that they give, the acronym of fear, FEAR, would be false evidence appearing real. And that's what fear is. It's false evidence appearing real. So think about it. Think about anything that you fear in your life. You're not fearing that actual thing. Most times you're fearing something that you created as a result of thinking about this thing, thinking about what could happen if this thing happened. It's something in your mind that you created. It's not real. So that's what fear is. And I wanted to talk about it because it really is one of the biggest hindrances in your life. It's one of the biggest obstacles that can stop you from doing something real and something great and really fulfilling your purpose in life. It's there as a lie. It's there to stop you. So one example I want to use is with Ringo. Right before we go for a run, and it's every single time that we get ready to go for a run, this happens. I grab his leash. So I'll tell this story. I'll just be honest. One time, back in the day, many years ago, going to put his leash on, he got clipped by this little thing right here. It clipped his skin up there, and that probably hurt. It wasn't on purpose. Didn't mean to hurt him at all, but he got clipped. So what he remembers every time I grab this leash is that clip. He doesn't realize that once he puts it on, it's going to be one of the greatest experiences of his life, the best experience of his day, that we're going outside and we're going to run. All he can remember is that little clipping and the quick amount of pain that he felt when he got clipped. And the reason I bring that up is because if he can just get over that hump, we get the leash on. It's an ordeal every time. I grab the leash, he runs around the house. I chase him around the house. I got to get him, put it on him, and I'm like, God, I promise you, buddy, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. Once we get this leash on and we get outside, you're going to love it, and it's going to be great. But again, it's getting him past that one little fear of being clipped again. Now, did that really happen to him? Did he get clipped? Was that painful for him in that moment? Absolutely. So it was a threat, but it doesn't mean that it's going to happen every time. Now, at this point, he's fearing the possibility of the pain. He's not fearing the pain because there's no pain when I put it on him. I'm very careful now so that he doesn't get clipped. But what he's fearing is the possibility that the pain might happen. So there's no substance there. Do you know what I mean? When you fear something, when you think about, something that could happen, when you fear, like when I opened up Canteen, there were many fears. It was so exciting, and don't get me wrong, I was so excited to do it. I could not wait, and it was like, this is going to be awesome. And then fear set in. Certain things started to creep into my mind. Fear of, what if no one shows up? What if I fail? What if it's not a success? What if, what if something really bad happens? What if someone gets sick or anything? All of these fears started to race through my mind. And if I had given into those fears, then I would have missed out on some of the best days of my life. I would have missed out on some of the best experiences of my life. It wasn't to say that it's a possibility that no one did show up. There were days when, I talked about in the last vlog, where in the winter, only a couple people showed up. But I got through it. I still got through that day. It was still a blessing. I kept walking through that because I got to the next point where not only did a few people show up, but plenty of people, more people and more people showed up. So it's not to say that, you won't fail. It's not to say that bad things won't happen. It's not to say that some of your fears, you won't face them. But once you face them, once you look them in the eye, the key is looking them in the eye, getting through it, getting to the other side of that fear. Because on the other side of that fear is everything that you've ever wanted in your life. I promise you. Everything that you've ever dreamed about is on the other side of your fears. A lot of us fear change. We fear getting out of our comfort zone. Why do we fear change? Because it's the unknown. It's something that we don't know. We've never experienced it. Don't fear change. That change could be the best thing that's ever happened to you in your life. And I'm not telling you that I don't still have fear. I'm not telling you that I have fears every single day, but I know that they aren't real. And courage, I read somewhere that courage isn't the absence of fear. That's something that we all think. It's like having courage is the absence of fear. Having courage is not the absence of fear. Having courage is having that fear, but doing it anyway. Walking through it anyway. I have fears every single day of my life. I try to look them in the eye now. I try to face them, walk through them, and on the other side, you come out and you feel so good. Even if it hurts for a little while. You may face a fear and it may hurt you, it may hit you. But once you get on the other side of it, you know you faced it. You know that you had the power to walk through it. You had the courage to get to the other side of that fear. And you feel like a lion, man. You feel like a lion. And I wore this shirt on purpose. I wore this shirt on purpose because it's got a lion on it. It's a lion in Bob Marley. But the lion is more representative of what I wanted to show you today, because the heart of a lion is what you have. And you know, I always relate it back. You should have been waiting for it, because I always relate it back to Jesus, man. Jesus is my Lion of Judah. And whenever I feel fear, whenever I'm afraid, I think of the heart of the lion, which is in me. The Lion of Judah, which is Jesus. Jesus is within me, and he's given me the heart of the lion. And I don't have to be afraid. He says, "Fear not, for I am with you." He is your God. He will uphold you with his right hand. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And anywhere that you go, even into the darkest night, even into the deepest of waters, to the depths of the ocean, he's with you, and he's holding you, and he's guiding you, and he will walk with you. He'll never leave you. And that's, again, I'm going to relate it back to Ringo, because Ringo, God gave me not only the heart of the lion, Jesus, but he gave me a true lion that guards me, that walks with me in this life. And this is my lion right here. This is my physical lion. He walks with me. He protects me. We run at night, and I run at night, and I don't fear, because he's with me. And guess what? He's not, vicious or anything like that, but I know that if someone came at me, this guy, he's not going to just let anybody come after his mom. That's not what he does. He's going to protect me. He's a lover, but again, he's a protector as well. And we went the other day, I think I put on Facebook about how we went into the city. And we went into the city, we went into Philly, we went into Camden, we went into some parts where people probably would have been afraid to go. I wasn't afraid, because not only did I have the Lion of Judah with me, but I had this lion right here with me. And he got into the car for a reason. And we walked together, and I walked with no fear, because I had two lions with me, just walking with me and protecting me and shining their love to the people, shining their love all around. So I just wanted to talk about fear today. Just a quick one for you. Face your fears. Not only do I say face your fears, I say faith. Faith, 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 faith. Faith your fears. Even if you feel afraid, have faith and walk through that thing. Because if you sit in your comfort zone, if you sit in your routine every day, if you sit and you don't walk in your purpose, if you're afraid to take that step and you never do it, someone said to me, if you never try, you'll never know. You'll look back on your life and you'll be disappointed, because you'll be disappointed in yourself, not because of what you didn't accomplish, but that you didn't try. You never know unless you try. So do me a favor, try today. Just try. Just face one, even small fears. I don't care what it is. If you're afraid, I went under my house the other day. I had to get in my crawl space. My sump pump went. I had to get down in the crawl space and work with my sump pump. And that, I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid of going under the house. I don't know what's under there. It's dark. It's dingy. There's creepy crawlers that I thought I didn't think nothing was under there. But all of these things that I created in my head were the illusion that there was danger. Sometimes there's a real threat. Obviously, there's things to fear. You're not going to jump into a snake pit, and you're not going to jump into, a tub of scorpions. That's a real threat. Use wisdom. But what I mean is, face your fears. If there's something, most times if you think of fear, there's no substance. Even with a snake or something that could potentially be a threat to you, your fear is not in that thing. Your fear is what could happen that hasn't even happened yet. The snake biting you. The snake hasn't bitten you. It's what you created in your mind. Think about that. Think about that when you face your fears or faith your fear. So that's all I have for you today. Stay tuned tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big, big vlog. It is Ringo's birthday. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, handsome. It is this little guy's birthday, and we are going to celebrate all day long. We're going to show some throwbacks, some embarrassing baby pictures of him. He was the cutest, seriously, the cutest little puppy I've ever seen in my life. So stay tuned tomorrow for our birthday vlog with Ringo. Hope you enjoyed it. in today. Love you. Stay powerful. Stay powerful. God bless. Live life on purpose. Live life on purpose.